So my name is Kell Jackson, CEO and owner of Hueson Wire Cable. What I like to say is we sell time. We focus on speed and service to the little guy who often doesn't have a huge engineering team, huge wiring cable staff on hand, where we provide customized solutions for all industries, for anything from a single wire that just has to be the right color to a more complicated cable with all kinds of different conductors, compounds, so on and so forth. So we manufacture everything in-house in our facility in South Grafton, Massachusetts, and pride ourselves on a very high level of customer service. Some of the challenges we were facing in our business was thinking about how to organize the growth of our company, how to think about what our values and mission and all these things were in a foundational sense so that we could start to build our processes on top of that in terms of like how do we hire people and what do we promote people for and what do we tell our customers we're really focused on and so on and so forth. And thinking about how we can use cutting edge technology, certainly generative AI, but even some of the standard tools that have been around that maybe aren't as widely used in traditional industries like ours to make our business better. I had been looking for a way to take the company and my leadership team especially through a, what do you want to call it, kind of a consistent process so we could all be reading from the same sheet of music in terms of how we think about growing the company. So when Scale Up came along, I'm thinking, hey, this is pretty great. We can get all this training, everybody can get up to speed, we're going to learn a ton, there'll be a bunch of cross-pollination. In a nutshell, I was really thinking about what can we do as a team to get us all on the same sheet of music to grow the top line of the business. I would think the top three takeaways for me are kind of a foundational sense of who we are, 2, a good marketing starter kit with some best practices, and 3, a suite of AI tools. And with the marketing starter kit and the AI tools, we kind of know enough to be dangerous now. We're not experts by any means, but we've been able to kind of get a head start in a set of best practices and things that we know that work. Yeah, extremely actionable. And that was a constant emphasis of Chris. And one thing I found myself doing is as we were going through the training, even as we're, refining things like who we are, mission, core values, things of that nature, once we started using the AI tools, I immediately went back to that stuff and started refining it and improving it. And we hadn't even gotten to that part yet. So, each kind of module builds on what you did in the prior module so that we could immediately start using that stuff in the business. Even earlier on, where we're going to what do we think our mission is? What do we think our values are? As we're refining that and talking about it with the team and so forth, we put that into action and said, yeah, this really is who we are, integrity, responsiveness, whatever the case may be. So I found it extremely actionable for us to put to use immediately in the business throughout each part of the training. I like Chris a lot. I thought it was very effective. He clearly brings a lot of expertise and experience that he referenced in some cases, but more, showed than told, let's say. And I also appreciated his willingness to help me on the side or tactfully coach, redirect people on the Teams call or the Zoom call or whatever, if the conversation might have been drifting off topic or people were asking things that everyone on the call, maybe wasn't especially concerned about. So I appreciate that he was deft in making sure people got what they needed out of it while keeping the entire group on schedule, engaged, motivated, whatever the case may be. It's almost like you could recreate a degree in any discipline just about by going online and watching videos. But if you have someone take you through that knowledge, you get a lot more out of it and you know where to go. Same thing with Scale Up. So yes, you can cobble together these tools and modules and do your own research and whatever else. But if you're in a small business like mine, and if your schedule is anything as hectic and unpredictable as mine can be, you don't always have the time to do that, or maybe doing that isn't the highest and best use of your time. So having an opportunity like this that is extremely structured, very tactical, actionable, where you still have ongoing support, that you don't have to pay $100 or $500 an hour or whatever it is every time you want to ask them a question afterwards, it really makes for a great experience, a great outcome, and a set of tools you can continue to use. So, I have done things in the past that I just wasn't as enthused about the value I got out of it. In this case, I am, I guess you could call me an evangelist in terms of how, would you do this again? Would you recommend it to someone else? Absolutely.